Then looks like we got it recording. And then the last thing that I can think of is obviously the customer based promo that they have going on right now. You get $2 for every free customer account that you get now through Sunday the 16th. Keep in mind they must verify their phone number. I've done some for my customers, and then I've had some customers do it themselves. So make sure that you're getting those because free product credit is obviously the great way to run your business. But then also another second part of that is if you get four customers over $150, then you can grab a $400 cash bonus. This is not your VIPs. This is just like straight cash that they're giving out, guys. So four customers before Sunday. I know everybody can do that. Other than that, Shannon, I don't know much about company news. Do you want to take it from there?
I think you covered pretty much everything.
I was
Um,
gonna say, I think I got it all.
yeah, with the Thrive Palooza tickets, I'm not sure, but I think there was something attached to it where if you purchased them early, you got credits or something along those lines.
I think
Um,
that ended Sunday. I'm not 100% sure, but I know that there was a time limit on it.
right. And I wasn't sure if that time limit was over or not. So that's something you also might want to check into. Also, if you're new or if you've only done like compliance levels 1 and 2, there are a total of 3 compliance levels. And there is another one on its way if it's not already up. I did hear something along the lines that there was going to be a fourth one coming very soon. Now, with the first one, compliance level, you automatically get $25 in credits. So make sure you're letting your people know that you're signing up about that because that's $25 in credits that they can be giving to others to help them start their process for like shipping or however they want to do it. Compliance levels 2 and 3, there's a chance at winning credits or something like that. But it's still something that you definitely want to do because we pride ourselves. Our company prides themselves on these compliance levels. I don't know if it's the FDA or the FTC, it's one of those 3-letter ones. They are cracking down so hard, and businesses have gone completely out of business because of it. So we have to be very careful when how we post things. That's why you can't make any medical claims. That's why when you do like bonuses or amounts or something like that, you have to do that extra little disclosure. And it's very important. If you get caught not doing that, are you going to get shut down? No. They're going to email you. They're going to give you the opportunity to fix it. If it's somebody below you, they're going to reach out to them. If something happens and they can't get a hold of them, then they might reach out to you. But at the end of the day, if we're teaching the right way, everybody's going to be safe. And Star was a real stickler with me on that one because certain things happened for me in my experience that I want to scream from the rooftops, but I can't because they're medical claims. I'm in recovery. I have a mental health disorder. I have other problems, and Thrive has helped me. That's my personal story. But I can't medically put it out there because somebody with the same issues that I had might not get the same results. So we just have to be extremely careful. We know how great our products are. Go ahead, Star. You want to say something?
Yeah, so there's always different ways that you can word things. It's like the power is in verbiage, regardless of what we're talking about, whether we're sharing our personal testimony or we're sharing, how this can help us financially, so on and so forth. So, like, one of the best examples that I like to give is a part of my story. Before Thrive, I was diagnosed with PTSD, anxiety, and depression. I no longer experience depression. I can't sit out here and say Thrive cured my depression, but what I can say is Thrive pulled me out of a deep, dark hole that I was in for far too long. What does that tell somebody? A deep, dark hole. automatically somebody's going to think like, oh, deep dark hole. Well, I'm super depressed. I'm in a deep dark hole too. So it's kind of going to um it's going to trigger their like common sense that I'm talking about, being depressed, sad. But I'm not actually clearly saying that, I was depressed and Thrive cured me. Right. And like my mom said, like it's unfortunate that we can't, say the truth. That's just the way the world works nowadays. But there are ways we can get around it. And another thing is we can say help manage my symptoms. So instead of saying cured, it helped manage my sadness. It helped me with motivation so I could push through my day, so on and so forth.
Absolutely love that. And she's 100% correct. There's ways of getting around it. Like, I'll be totally honest with you. When I'm talking to somebody I know through recovery, I'll tell them when they say, well, what do you get out of those 3 steps? Sweetie, it's like crack for people in recovery, legal crack. And it's a joke and it starts laughter, but it also helps them realize just how good these products are. But that's like in personal messenger. So let's get these questions started. I want somebody to be brave, unmute, and ask a question. Anything that has to do with the business, social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, I don't care what it is. Somebody be brave, unmute, and ask a question, or I'm going to start calling people.
All right, I'll be the first to unmute just because I was actually
Yay!
looking at this morning and I'm super curious. Um, Times for posting your reels on Facebook, because like I am seeing like when I post reels on Instagram, I've kind of figured out my times there and like when I get the most views, but I have not figured out the Facebook reels. And I know a lot of people don't have it yet, but I know a lot of people do. So I'm curious if anybody has kind of found like a generalized time on when to post those.
Okay, Star, did you get Facebook Reels yet?
I did not, but I do want to put my 2 cents in if it's welcomed.
Yes, after your 2
Um,
cents, I'll answer the time I found for me.
Okay,
Awesome,
so
thank you.
first, Melissa, I want to ask you and anybody else who's listening and who might have the same question. Have you quote unquote studied the time, like write down the time that you posted it and then like the views that you got for that time?
No, I haven't yet. I did
Well,
that on
that's,
Instagram though, so maybe
yeah,
that's what I'm thinking. Okay.
that's what I would say. I call it go fishing.
Okay.
So you're just trying to figure out what works best for that quote unquote algorithm. That's how it was. That's how I started it with regular posting on Facebook, and that's how I figured it out when it comes to reels on Instagram. Although I'm not perfect, because honestly, at the end of the day, I think it fluctuates. It's always changing.
Mhm.
But the best thing I can say is try doing it at first. Like try starting when you think that your personal audience is most active, whether that's at dinner time, a lunchtime, so on and so forth.
Awesome. Thank you.
And it's Star's idea that I was able to do that with. I took each day of the week, because my week starts on Monday. And I'm Eastern time, so I started at 6 a.m. because even though I'm up before 6, I don't get on social media before 6, or at least I try not to. And then I went all the way down till midnight because some nights I'm up late. And then I wrote down, just like you're planning on going live, if you hit the live button without actually going live, it'll show you on Facebook how many of your friends are active. If you take and write down those times for each day of the week, you'll be able to see which times or roundabout times are more powerful. Now, I did it based on a 2-week thing because each week might not be exactly the same. So I actually went by the first week of the month and the third week of the month. And I found that for me, when my main friends are on Facebook is the best time for me to do reels, because that's the majority of the people that I want to draw in. Because we're all, you got your niche or your 5 things or your buckets or however you call it. And those are the type of people you want to draw in. So if you go by the friends in your groups and the friends in your niche, not your family and your team, but the people you want to reach out to, you go by them. Like I found out for Monday, the best time for me to do a reel is at 9 p.m. on a Monday. But on Tuesday, the best time for me to do a reel is at 6 p.m. And this is Eastern time. So you definitely want to go ahead and track those times like Star was saying. I have this sheet that's blank and I can put it into the comments on the Dream Team, or if you can't get into the Dream Team page, just message me, Melinda. I will get it to you because I know you can't get into the Dream Team page. So does that help answer your question a little bit, Melissa?
Yeah, absolutely. I just need to do some more investigating.
Yes, it unfortunately, like with everything
And
with
it's so brand
MLM, you
new.
have to
so-
research. What's
Yeah,
that?
absolutely.
Yeah, I was gonna say like this is like the quote unquote behind the scenes work. The tedious part of our job.
Just like if you wanted to know what people in your field were looking for. Say your niche is like my niche is homeschool. I go and follow some other homeschool people and read through the comments of, people who have a lot of followers or a lot of friends. And I'm looking at their comments to see what the people commenting are looking for. You can do that the same way with weight loss, with energy. It doesn't matter. You can research that way too. It's called, there's a name for it. I call it market research, but I don't know if that's the real name for it or not. Next question.
Hey y'all, good morning.
Good morning, Heidi.
Hey, to that point on Reels, so we were learning how to track when the best time is to post the Reels, but how about engagement? I see some folks that I follow, I watch and see, how do they get comments and how do they get our people that are non-thrivers to respond. So, I mean, views are one thing. I remember who was training us last week? She was amazing, but she's like, views are one thing, but that doesn't really mean. And I found after doing like 3 straight months of a reel every day that views don't mean much. You have to get people into the inbox and into the comments so that you can go like them and see if they might need Thrive. So just if anybody could give me some insights on how to draw people in.
I don't know if it's going to be the same as it is on Instagram, as it is on Facebook or TikTok, but Star's really good with this on.
Well, Katie has her hand up, so I don't want to speak
Okay.
over any other leaders who are trying to help. I would like to get as much feedback as possible.
Right.
So Katie Sue, do you want to unmute, babe?
Want to go first?
Thanks, y'all.
Good morning. So I'm not posting reels every single day, but I've noticed how I can draw people in because reels reach everybody, right? Not even like your Facebook friends, but everybody. So I'm consistently going on like
Excuse me
my
one moment,
Facebook-
Katie. Are you talking about just specifically Facebook reels, or are you talking about reels in general for Facebook, Instagram, TikTok?
Facebook.
Facebook, okay.
Well, and on TikTok. I'm not as consistent yet on Instagram, but I'm getting way better on Facebook. But what I do, because Facebook will actually show you who liked it or whatever. Oh, sorry. I'm in my son's bedroom and he just told me to get out. But it's gonna show you. Hold on, what did I just do? I'm on my Facebook trying to pull it up, but it's gonna show you who maybe it was. So you can go back and see like everybody who's commented, even if it's like no, but like not on your friends list. So I have this one that has 953K views. I go on it every now and then to see, you can click like who liked it. And I'm scrolling through and like adding friends from there. And then once they accept my friend request, I'm adding them to a new Facebook list. Like likes on reels is what I have it titled. And so that way I can just like cultivate that relationship. And once I have them as a friend, I'm doing 3-2-1 on them. That's how I get them on to Thrive, because these reels are, you know, they show my DFT, they show my steps or whatever, but it's mainly about my 5 things. So the one with all those views on it is just me playing volleyball. I'm serving a volleyball. It's like a boomerang. So it's like super quick, short, and then people are on there correcting my form. Like there's a bunch of buttholes on there, but there's some good people too, right? And I'm just going through there, being selective who I add, and then I'm just being really intentional interacting with them once I get them over on my page.
Could you just tell everybody really quick, what is your 3-2-1?
3-2-1 is the method that we learned from Moria's master classes. And so it's just like, say you added this person off your reel, you're going to put them in your Facebook friends list from people you added on reels. And then once a week or so, I'm going to go to that list and pull up those potentials. So I'm going to go to their page, like 3 most recent posts, leave 2 genuine comments, and then get in their inbox through stories, a kind message, a happy birthday, or, you know, something like that. It's kind of like speed dating, how Lisa K. Fuller says.
Awesome. Thank you. Star, do you have anything to add to that?
Sorry, it was giving me a second to unmute myself. Don't mind me, I'm getting ready for a reel batching day. So I focus on Instagram for reels, obviously, because I don't have Facebook reels yet. But something that I noticed that creates a lot of engagement is paying attention to how many times a reel has been used. Okay, so let me see if I can show you guys, as it's going to be obviously backwards, but when you
just
open
did
up
that. She's right.
what?
I just did what you said the other day in Messenger that you're getting ready to go over right now, and I blew up.
Oh, where?
Thank you.
So when you go to your reels, you're going to look at the bottom of your screen, and it's really blurry, but there's a up button. That means it's trending. What you do is you're going to click on the sound, not the person who shared it, but the actual audio. Okay, so you click on that and it's going to pull it up. At the top here, it's going to tell you, it's going to show an arrow, and the next to that arrow is going to show you how many times it's been used. Okay, I know it's super blurry, but right now this reel that I just so happened to pull up has 947,000 uses. It's oversaturated. It's done. I mean, you're very unlikely to get seen much or have much feedback if you use that reel. What you're going to want to look for, and I know there's 1,000 ways to the beach, I'm just telling you, this has been working for me for like 3 weeks now. And I learned it from, I don't even follow any more Instagram gurus because everybody can say something, right? But I did try it from this one that I just so happened to run into, and it legit freaking helps out big time. So let me find one. Okay, so this one is trending and there's only 739 uses. I'm saving this audio and I want to do it today, because even if I don't post it today, with it only having 739, and I'm batching my reels today, which means I'm doing a few reels today. I'm going to change my shirt, you know what I'm saying? So I have a good, I'll say I have a good like 5 to 6 days to use this and it still be trending underneath of that 10K mark. Now I'll be honest, I came across a few that had like 9K and I didn't want to use them because I didn't want to take that chance of me making it. And then by the time I go to post it, boom, it's up to 15K. So I personally try to stay under 8,000 uses. Why it's like my iPad has a mind of its own. Sorry. But that's just something that I've been doing that helps. Another thing too is that's been helping me is I take something that I posted on Facebook and I transform it into a reel. And I just copy and paste my verbiage from my Facebook post into my caption for my reel, make a few adjustments here or there. And it's working smarter, not harder. I'm like recycling it because I do have obviously different followers on Instagram than I do on Facebook. Was that helpful or beneficial at all?
It
Heidi?
was. Heidi, did you get your answer?
Yes. Thank you so much, you guys. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I have not really just a little bit how much a reel has been used previously. So, and I think too, I'm too broad in what I do my reels on. So Instagram's not sure what I'm going for. And
I get that. It'll take a bit. Trust me, I've struggled with that myself.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me. And I just narrowed it down to what I noticed people were loving. So like everybody was like, oh, Star, you should do homeschool. Like you're a homeschool advocate, you're a homeschool mom. And I tried it, but guess what, y'all? Yeah, I'm a homeschool mom, but it wasn't working for me because that's not where my passion lies. My passion lies with Jesus Christ and being inspirational. And I had to do what was best for me and figure out what works best for those who are following me. So you'll get there, Heidi. I promise. Just keep at it. Don't give up.
Thank you so much. And I haven't even paid attention to Facebook Reels. Sometimes it says your reel's been recommended for Facebook, and I don't even know what that means. So maybe somebody
Me
could say.
either. Sorry.
If Instagram is telling you it's recommended for Facebook, they're trying to tell you people want to see your reel on Facebook. So I would suggest going ahead and sharing it. Now I did
Okay.
the whole professional thing and it was hell to get out of it. I'm not saying
Okay.
don't do it. It's just not for me. And I will share my reels now. I did what Star suggested on Instagram. I came across a reel that had under 3,000 views, and it was or under 3,000 uses. It was like 2,100 uses, and it had the slanted up arrow. What I did was I watched the last 10 reels that were made with that sound because I didn't want to do what they were doing.
Gotcha.
I wanted to use that sound, but I wanted to do something different to be unique because you don't want to be a copycat. I mean, you might see something you like and you can like pull from it, but you don't have to do exactly what they're doing. And when I do dance, I know you don't have to dance on TikTok or Instagram or anything like that. But when I do, I make it goofy and people laugh. And I don't care. I used to care how I looked. I used to care what I did. I don't care anymore. I'm going to be me. And that's what's drawing the attention. So find yourself. Don't try to copy anybody else.
Okay.
Katrina has her hand up.
Yes, ma'am. Can't hear you, baby. Try again. Say something.
Can
There
you hear
you
me
go.
now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. So I just wanted to kind of like throw my 2 cents in, but I'm actually doing my workout anyway. With the reels and stuff, I love doing them. And I absolutely use trending sounds more than occasionally, a lot, right? I definitely use trending sounds quite a bit, as much as I can, because that's important. We want to grow our network. What I also do is if like I find something that maybe isn't trending, but I just really like it and I think it's fun and I think it's me, I use it because the followers that I already have, it's important that they get to see what I already like, who I am, and all of that kind of thing. I'm not saying every single time, but like yesterday there's this guy that he's been putting out, it's called Weird Bars. It's hilarious. He's funny. He's on TikTok. That's how I found him. And he's like the Weird Al of like rap music. Okay. If you know who Weird Al is, he's like the Weird Al of rap music. And it's hilarious. So I use his stuff every so often, and it's, I use that and whatever. Like if I see something that is just like, oh yeah, I really like this a lot. If you really like it, then use it. You know what? Because the content that you're going to put out and you're going to do something with that is going to make you feel good, whether you get the views or not. Like, that's part of the learning process, and it makes you feel good and show up and all of that sounds too. Like mix that in there and like make it, the trending sounds yours, like all the other people have just said. Just like, when you put the captions in, make it about like your things or like a fact or something, I like to move them around the screen to really keep the people watching, to catch their attention so they keep watching. So I like to move them around, but that's my 2 cents. I'm going to keep working out and I hope you guys all have a great day.
Thank you for adding your 2 cents, because that's good information. You don't always have to use trending accounts because you want to be yourself as well. But definitely do that as well. Show the world who you are. Next question. Heather. Yeah, I see you smiling. I know you got questions. Ask one, honey.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I think my hardest struggle is just getting outside of my little box. When I first started my Thrive journey, everything in my life was going spectacular. So it was super easy to share that. And once things went downhill in life, which we all have, our speed bumps, it's hard to get outside my little comfort zone.
Well, that's when you have to start realizing that you're in this business for more than yourself, right? You want to help people, right? So you said that it was really easy for you to share when things were going great, right? But something that I've learned is we have to realize, or we have to share when things are not going great. That way, not only can people relate to us, but then people will open up more to us and allow us the opportunity to help them. They'll see like, oh shit, Heather doesn't have all of her T's crossed and her I's dotted like I thought. Heather's just like me. Heather's not living this, perfect painted picture perfect life. She's going through struggles like me, and it really helps people. I was nervous to share too, because one of my things was like, man, people are going to see, like after I had Silas, I was nervous to share about, going through postpartum. Right. So I was like, oh, people are going to think my little black label that I talk about for mood support isn't working, but that's bull, because first of all, we don't claim that it cures everything, right? It helps us manage it, but it doesn't take it completely away. So I was able to share that. And then I had other mamas reaching out to me who were also going through postpartum. We helped each other. And then they asked me like, well, how do you get up and still do the mom thing? And that's when I was able to share Thrive with them. So we have to kind of look at it as sharing our struggles just as much as we do our highlights. And I know it's hard. It can kind of feel like, I don't know, for me personally, it was like embarrassing at first to share. But honestly, there's nothing to it but to just do it. Just do it. I know easier said than done, but one of these days, just hit that live button and share what's on your heart, or just start typing away. Pull up a notepad and just start typing away whatever's on your heart, and then hit copy and paste it into a post. Just choose brave. Choose brave.
If it's something that I'm going through, but I don't want to bring people involved into it, like there'll be struggles I have with my children, or there'll be struggles I have with my older grandchildren. And I don't want to bring anybody's name into it, and I don't want to make it sound like it's happening right in my household or, wherever I'm at the time. I'll make it. I was talking to a friend and they shared with me this. How can I help them with that? Or my homeschool journey. I don't understand how my daughter does her whole outschooling thing. So sometimes I'll talk about it in my group chats, but I won't bring up my daughter's name. I will make it like, I'm dealing with struggles of how a person that I know is doing this, and my kid sees it and they want the same thing, but until I'm in that area, my laws are different. How can I get around that without upsetting everybody? So it can be brought into the world without it being your issue. Is Katie Sue still on? Do you have anything to add? Melissa or Sky, do either one of you have anything to add to that? Anybody have anything to add to that?
Honestly, like what it is for me is just I kind of I think her name's what, Mel Robbins or whatever. She's like 321 or 54321. You
Yes,
just
that's her name.
yes, you just do it. Like, because and especially backtrack to kind of what Star said, just go live and talk about what's on your heart. I did that a couple times throughout the last year, and I'm healing from like the grief of losing my mom and just like the emotional journey of like not having her here now, but I have my dad who I didn't have a relationship with him until I was an adult because he was an abusive alcoholic. And it's hard for me to talk about that on my social media as it's still something that I struggle with because he's the only person I have left in my family. And so, like, to be able to have the support system that I used to have, but I'm just like struggling now. And so I talk about that and I'm open about that. And I had so many people, like I legit, like I was bawling, I just clicked live and I just kind of talked about like what was on my heart. And that was like one of the like biggest videos that I had, or like the most views on my Facebook live that I've had in quite some time. But it was just me being real, raw, like vulnerable, and letting people know that like you see this highlight reel of like all the great times on my Facebook, but like I do struggle on a daily basis with anxiety, depression, with mental health, with like all the things. And so yes, I am a normal person, and that kind of allows you to connect with like your real people. Like honestly, that's how I found like a couple of my like really close promoters like that I've grown really close with and stuff like that. So don't be scared to share. I know it's scary, but don't be scared to share. I think that's kind of my whole point.
I love that. There was a quote that I heard, and I don't remember who said it, but it's like the people that surround you tell you the world looks a certain way. Parents tell you how to think. Schools tell you how to think. TV, religion, news, so many places tell you how to think. At some certain point in your life, you have to realize, if you're lucky, you'll realize it sooner than later. You're allowed to make up your own mind. Nobody sets the rules for you. You can design your own life. I wish I knew who said that. I really do, but I just don't. And that quote has been something I've lived my life by the last 6 months. Yes, Star. I saw you unmuted. Did you want to add something?
No, just for me personally, like I love that quote. I do design my own life, of course, in obedience with the Lord, just because that's who I follow. But once you do grasp that you have control, man, you can make some crazy things happen. But Heather, I that's what I think we all are suggesting, is just be you. Let people in, let people know that they are not alone, because especially now, people feel alone. People are alone. and just sharing that they aren't. Man, it can seriously change somebody's life, whether you give them Thrive or not, whether they buy Thrive from you or not. Just the fact that you're making an impact in their life is rewarding all in itself. And you're thankful in your background. I have that in my living room hanging up too. Dollar General special.
I hope we were able to answer your question, Heather. And I just have to say something real quick. Holy moly. Or Marie, I don't know if you see her, but Miss Barb joined us this morning. So I'm going to make her unmute and ask a question. What do you need to know, Barb? Anything to do with business, social media, Reels, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook?
Oh, hold on one sec. What, Trenton?
Really good, thank you.
You're welcome.
So one more question. Am I even going to school today?
Yes, you have school today. So, I've really slacked off, and I'm really trying to come back and post again. And I heard somebody earlier say, it was so much easier to post when life was great. And I felt that. I really did. I totally understand where you're coming from with that. And because I feel the same way. It's so much easier to post when you're so happy and everything is fabulous, that it's hard to keep in mind that, you're human and everything isn't always perfect. So I'm trying to get that mindset back so that I can start going live and, doing Trenton and I's cooking show, which seems to be what gets us the biggest views. And he really enjoys that. So makes me a little nervous though, because I never know what's going to come out of his mouth. But so we're gonna, I have to get back into that, and I can use the stress of my job and the stress of what's going on, with the government and, things like that, to say that's why I'm not. But in all honesty, that's just an excuse, and I need to get past that and start focusing not only on myself, but other people and my Thrive family. Like, I really miss you guys. I don't talk to you guys as much anymore. And, I kind of start feeling alone, and that makes it even worse. So, but my question, I guess, would be, I made one reel, and for the life of me, I cannot figure out how to do it again. I don't know how I did it the first time. And I keep trying to go on there because I want to do, there's some with your sons and things like that. And I want to do those kind of videos. And then I can't figure it out. And then I get frustrated and I just quit. So
Wednesday, we are having a Reels training. I'm sorry.
When is that?
I cut Star off this coming Wednesday on this Zoom. We are having a Reels training.
Okay, good. Oh,
for
good.
Facebook and Instagram.
Before, so I should be awake for that. Good. So I'll have to make sure I go to that, because I can't. I watch all these people. Brittany, I love Brittany's stuff on Instagram stuff. I watch her all the time, but I can't figure out how to do it.
I love myself that she had brought that up. I don't know if you all caught that, but she had said she slacked off and she's restarting. And that's why I wanted to call on her, because I was hoping she would bring that up. Restarting can seem terrifying, but every single morning you wake up, you're restarting. Go ahead, Star. I know you want to talk about that.
Oh man, was that a mic drop or not? Oh my God, sorry.
She says some good things every now and then, things that don't make me roll my eyes. The mom-daughter thing. So are you guys tired of hearing from me yet? Be honest. So I had to do a complete, what I'm calling it is Mindset Reset 2022. I hopped on a Zoom the last week of December. I think it was like the week of Christmas. Katie Muntz was interviewing another 200K named Katie. Unfortunately, the recording did not turn out. So I'm so sorry. I can't recommend it to anybody. But it was the first Zoom that I had been on in like a month. Okay. I know that's horrible. Was I still posting? Yeah, I was doing the easy work, the fun work. I was posting, I was doing my stories. Sometimes I did a reel, I wasn't consistent with it. But I wasn't doing the other things. Instead, I was talking poorly to myself again and about myself. I can't tell you how many times Alicia wanted to whop me upside the head for saying something bad about myself. And when I got on that Zoom, first of all, I don't know, I just had this overwhelming feeling that I had to be on that Zoom. Like as soon as I seen her post about it 2 days before the actual Zoom. So I shared it with my team, and I don't even think anybody from my team got on there. They're a loss, but I got on there, and I believe everything happens for a reason, and I believe everything happens at the perfect time for the perfect reason. And this woman, she also was very high. She's very high in her faith like me, but she spoke like straight to my soul, straight to my inner spirit. And I cried so much, especially when she was discussing the things about, and I swear this does link back to what Barb was asking. She was talking about our subconscious and how, I swear I'm going to find it. Jeez, Liz. Okay. Motivation is always fleeting, especially in today's world. We're not always going to be motivated, especially in today's world. Like Barb, I know you mentioned stuff that's going on in the world with, health, the government, so on and so forth. We have to be internally inspired to continue to do something like this. When motivation isn't there, we have to reach inside for that inspiration. Okay. We have to realize that our brain, the way God wired it, at least in my beliefs, sorry, I don't want to push that on anybody, but in my beliefs, the way God wired our brains is 5% are conscious. And this is her words. These are my notes from her Zoom. So I don't want anybody to think I'm taking her words. And 95% are subconscious, right? So that right there shows you that your thoughts and what you say about and to yourself become your reality. So I just mentioned I was talking poorly about myself. The beginning of December, I looked at my numbers on December 6th and I said, I'm going to lose the auto bonus on my husband's account. And guess what? I lost my auto bonus for the first time in 2 years on my husband's account. And that's hurting us this month already. Just being honest, okay? The power, it says it in the Bible, if you're a Jesus person, the power of life and death is in the tongue. And that ties in with that. Okay. When she said that, I'm telling you, it just, as soon as we ended that Zoom out and it shut down, it just came to my brain. I need a mindset reset. So I grabbed onto that Mindset Reset 2022, and I've been running with it, even on my hard days. And guys, I have my hard days. I'm freaking 4 months pregnant, and I have a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old and 2 mouthy teenagers who I haven't seen in 2 weeks. I miss them like crazy. So my emotions are all over the place. So I'm not waking up every morning feeling motivated to run after Mindset Reset 2022, right? I'm internally inspired to run after Mindset Reset 2022. And once I flip that, and when I sit here and I snap my fingers, it's really not that easy. It's not. But when I flip that around, I wake up every morning, I print out my my little thingy that I made. I made an AM and a PM. It's a little journal with my gratitude, because I slipped off of that too. I got back in my gratitude. I got back in my affirmations. I started following this Katie girl, and I seen how she set her office up. I even put positive affirmations right in front of my desk, my work area, that I can look at every single day, because I know I'm not going to wake up motivated every single day. And ever since that switch, my team has come back like crazy. My team chat, I haven't had to mute that in so long. The other day I had to mute it because I was trying to do some mom stuff and it was going crazy. And I got so excited, and I'm so sad that I had to mute it, but it hadn't been that crazy in so long. People are coming back. Babes are messaging me. They want to run with their business again. And I just signed a Rockstar promoter. She's doing wonderful. And I have to say, it's because in my subconscious, I'm telling myself these things. I'm telling myself my team's going to come back and they're going to start running. I'm telling myself I'm signing Rockstar Promoters. I'm telling myself that I'm helping new people get started with their Thrive journey. I'm telling myself that I am in control of my actions and my reactions for every single thing that happens in my life. And I'm getting it. And I don't mean to make this about me, but I'm only sharing it with you because it can be you, and all of you. Okay. It just has to click. It has to click. And like I said, for me, it was that Zoom. I don't know if it could be found in a Zoom for you. I don't know if it can be found in the Bible, in a book, in the moon, in the ground, whatever. Just go find it and grab a hold of it and just don't let it go. And if you guys want to follow her name is Katie Koeberlein. Katie, Katie, Koeberlein. Now, everything that she does or believes in don't line with mine, but I'm telling you, she's very motivational and inspirational.
You just had to make me cry this morning, didn't you?
Sorry.
It's all right.
We're not crying. We're hydrating our eyeballs.
Yes, we're hydrating our eyes. But I get where she's coming from. For me, it's been being sick. I did not get the flu, COVID. I had sinusitis and bronchitis that just like toppled on top of each other. I have state insurance, so I have a personal decision that I made for myself. I don't down anybody else for their decisions. But I couldn't even get antibiotics because I was trying to be forced to do something that I didn't want to do. And that put me in a very dark place. And I stayed in my bed. I've been there pretty much every day for the past 2 weeks. And this weekend, I just decided to do a post Saturday and do as little as possible from there. And I slept a lot this weekend. I think I pretty much slept all day yesterday. And I woke up this morning, my body was feeling like it slept for a month and I'm ready to run. And I'm still congested. I still have a cough, but I decided this morning to hell with the world and what they think I should
Honestly,
do.
who doesn't experience congestion and cough right now, Mom? It's just something you gotta just push through. When you come here, I'll give you more silver.
Yeah, I'm out of silver and that silver does work. But my point behind that is it doesn't matter if I have sinusitis or bronchitis. It doesn't matter if I'm tired because I got a group of people behind me that show up when I can't. I got a group of people behind me that take over when my internet screws up or I'm out of mobile data. And it's just amazing that you have all become my extended family. And I'm going to start over today. And I'm not going to let anything stop me. And I want you guys to get into that mindset with me. Heather, I know you and I have had conversations and I know what you're capable of and I know you can do this. Barb, I've seen you soar, honey, and I'm glad that you're ready to fly again because we all need you. Star, it's okay to be 4 months and pregnant and miss the babies because I'm feeling all your shit and all your ish, and it's going to be okay because you have helped me want to live. Katrina, I watch her in the mornings and it just makes me want to get up and walk a marathon because I always see her doing some type of workout. Melissa, Sky, always there for me in a heartbeat. All of you are. And we need to be there for one another to be able to be successful. And that's why we have these little Zooms where you can unmute and ask any questions. This gentleman, Gerald, I've been looking at on my screen all morning. He has been on every single Zoom for the past almost 3 years that I've seen him. He always shows up. And I think that's amazing, Gerald. You're awesome. You're very welcome. All right, I think we got 4 minutes left. So does anybody want to ask one last question or unmute and say something?
I'd like to. Thanks so much, Shannon. I really appreciate this group. Lisa put this together and it's like just so powerful. You know what? I've been active and trying to make things work and it's just not working yet for me. But I know that it's just a matter of time. I've been putting things together. When I started probably a year ago, I did not, Facebook, Instagram, oblivious. I didn't know anything. And I've brought myself from not knowing anything to doing quite a bit with it. I still have a lot to go, but it's coming. And my self-esteem as well. I feel it being built up as well. I love and appreciate all you guys. I learned so much here, and I'm grateful for these team meetings for this Zoom in the morning. It's 4 o'clock here. It's almost 5. And so I have to get up early. This morning I got up at 3 o'clock. And it's like I've been taking my rest. I've been taking other things. I've got bipolar. So I've been up and down. And 3 years ago, Christmas, right around that, I almost committed suicide. I was that close, and I didn't care. I didn't care if my family watched it. It didn't matter to me. And when I get in that place, it's like, it's hard. And it's just because I hurt so much. But these Zooms, the books, I'm trying to get into the books more. Magic of Thinking Big, that's one of my big ones. And the scriptures, of course, God by all of that. Anyway, I just want to thank you all. And that's all I've got.
I want to thank you. That was amazing. That was brave. You've never really said anything on a Zoom. You and I have had conversations in Messenger before. And I want to say you've come a long way, and I'm very proud of you. Anybody else? All right. Well, I can't say how happy I am that you've all been here today and that we were able to do this. Wednesday, we do have the training on Reels. Now, it's going to be based on Facebook and Instagram, not TikTok. We pretty much covered a lot of TikTok when Lydia did it on the 5th. On the 14th, this Friday, we have Shalana. On the 17th, we have Megan. The 19th, Katrina. The 21st, Katie Sue. We've got a lot of good training coming up for you guys. If there's anything at all that you feel that we need to touch base on with training, please let me know in Messenger. Other than that, go show the world what the hell Mondays can be like. Thank you all for showing up, and I love each one of you.